Philippe Pinel is widely considered the father of scientific psychiatry. However, many don't consider what he invented to create the field. Moral therapy, a concept that individuals with abnormal behavior should be treated as ill and not as though they are being possessed by demons. Pinel started his career around the time of the French Revolution. He wrote articles for the journal Gazette de Santé and taught math. He was also one of the physicians hired to witness the execution of King Louis XVI. On August 25, 1973, Pinel, who previously couldn't practice medicine due to his provincial education, was appointed chief physician at Hospice de Bicêtre, a mental asylum. At the time, mental patients were subjected to horrible conditions, questionable treatments, and even chained up like animals. Bicêtre is where Pinel started his work on more humane methods of treatment for mentally ill patients. It was in Bicêtre where he noticed the abysmal conditions in which patients lived in. Influenced by philosophers such as Locke, he took a biomedical approach to treating the mentally ill and thus created modern psychiatry. Pinel strayed from the popular belief that mental illness is a result of demonic possession and concluded that it was a result of the environmental and social stressors as well as physiological and hereditary traits. Using his work, he implemented some groundbreaking changes in the asylum. He got rid of bloodletting, a popular treatment at the time in which he found no evidence of efficacy. He treated patients as individuals rather than a mass of lunatics, and he stopped public visits to protect patients from the ridicule and embarrassment. He also started studying these events as illnesses, where he tried to understand the causes and possible cures. In 1795, Pinel moved his work from Hospice de Bicêtre to Salpêtrière, an asylum for women. It was here where he famously released a woman from the chains. Pinel's work was part of the asylum reform, a movement in the 1800s where individuals were seeing the cruelty of how mentally ill patients were being treated. Benjamin Rush, the father of American psychiatry, had similar views with Pinel on how insanity is a disease of the mind rather than supernatural forces. He actively works towards discovering a cure for such illnesses, such as the tranquilizing chair, made in order to control blood flow, when Rush believed that mental illness was a lack of vascular structures in the brain. Others in this movement include William Tuke, an English Quaker who created his own private asylum with a society of friends known as the York Retreat in 1792. Dorothea Dix is another figure in history that played a role in the asylum reform. She brought moral therapy to America after her travels to England and witnessing the horrific conditions of their asylums. Her passionate retelling of her experiences influenced the state governments to set aside funding for more appropriate facilities. Together, Pinel and these influential figures changed how the world viewed mental illness and brought back humanity and justice to the patients. While their work had a slow start, these individuals have saved countless amount of lives with their work and certainly impacted how we approach mental illness today. Without these individuals, the dark and horrible past of treatment for mentally ill would never change, but now we can see how hope and belief in humanity can lift the veil and reveal the person inside.